What's going on, gamers? And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that sub button. If you like the video, definitely give it a thumbs up. And if you don't like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs down. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's get right into why we're here today. And in 2021, this year, who is going to do better? Is it going to be the PS5? Is it going to be the Xbox Series X? Or is it going to be the Nintendo Switch? So I'm going to give my opinions today and do a little rundown on some exclusives. Now we're not going to be talking about games that are going to be coming out on multiple platforms or on all three or all two or whatever. We're going to be talking about just exclusives that should or has a big chance of coming out this year. So I've got a little list of some games that should be coming out this year or are definitely going to be coming out this year. And let's go ahead and look. And let's go ahead and start off with the Xbox Series X. Give a little bit of a rundown. And we've got the Xbox should be coming out with Avowed, if you guys have heard of that one. Bright Memory Infinite. Everwild, Sensei Saga, Hellblade 2, Stalker 2, Scorn, The Medium, Fable, which is a favorite of mine on this list. I'm really excited for Fable. I'm a huge fan of the series. The third one is the third one is my favorite by far in the series. And I'm really excited about this game. Really excited about it. Looks great. So hopefully it has that same kind of feel and plays well. So I'm really excited about that one. Forza Motorsports 8. That's going to be a great one, and is possibly and probably is the best racing game series to date as of right now. We already know it's going to look great and play great, should at least. And so Forza Motorsports 8 is going to be a good one in my opinion. And then of course, Halo Infinite. Now, we don't know for sure if that game's even going to be able to make it this year. Of course, it was supposed to come out at the end of last year, and of course was pushed back for obvious reasons. But if it is able to come, this year, it's going to be at the end of the year, around holiday season is what I'm thinking. And I could definitely see Microsoft coming out with a limited edition Series X for it as well. And we've gotten limited edition Halos for all the major Halo titles, all the way dating back to the OG Xbox. So I definitely could see that. And I'm excited for that game as well. If we can get that, like I said, hopefully, I'm hoping it does come out. And also, let's not forget, before we go on to the other two, let's not forget that this is Xbox's 20th anniversary this year. So with what I said on the list, and we'll probably have a couple other maybe titles that should come out as well, hopefully too. Expect some pretty big things from Microsoft this year for Xbox. I don't know exactly what's in store. A lot of stuff's been silent, but you got to expect something big for their 20th anniversary. At least you would assume. So let's go ahead and go right over to the PS5, okay? And we already know that they've already had a couple of ones come out. It wasn't exclusive like the Spider-Man Miles Morales, of course. That wasn't exactly an exclusive for PS5. It also came out on the PS4 as well. And some of these other ones might too. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about for this year for exclusives or whatever for each system exclusive. But Returnal, Ratchet and Clank, which is going to be a big one, and I'm thinking that it may drop in February, maybe might be pushed back until March, but I'm going to say February is when I'm thinking that one's going to drop. And that one's going to be a big game. I know a lot of people are anticipating that one, including myself. Kenna, Horizon, Destruction All-Stars. Let's see, Deathloop, which Deathloop is going to be a timed exclusive. It's also going to be coming out for the PC later on. But let's see, Gran Turismo 7. Now that's another big one. Like I said, we talked about a little bit ago about Forza Motorsports. You know, Gran Turismo used to be the series. Not so much anymore. I still feel like that game is going to be great, but it's not going to be as good as Forza, I don't think. Let's see, Ghostwire Tokyo, and that's another one that's going to be a timed exclusive, and so it should be coming out for PC as well. Stray, which is also another one that will end up dropping on PC. And then, of course, we don't know yet, but the new Final Fantasy, which would be amazing if that was able to drop as well. That would be great. We don't know for sure though, but you know, there's a bunch of Final Fantasy fans out there, and including me. I'm not a huge Final Fantasy fan, but it is a great series nonetheless. And last one on my list, God of War. Now that one I'm super excited for, super excited for. Cannot wait for that game. Cannot wait to see it run on the PS5. That's gonna be dope. I'm very excited for that one. And so that was a pretty decent list. If I had to say, you know, it's looking pretty good. Now let's go over to the Nintendo Switch. Of course, the Nintendo Switch in March will be out for 4 years, heading into its 5th year. And it's been doing great still. Been doing absolutely amazing. It's the consoles have been just selling left and right. The Switch Lite is available. I mean, I would do it at my local Walmarts and some other stores. You can find them on the shelves easy every day. Now the regular Switch, of course, is the one that still is coming in regularly, but only stays on the shelves for about 1 or 2 days, and then they're sold. Obviously, the regular Switch, you have, you know, not only can you play it handheld, but you can put it to the TV. So that one's the one that's more sought after, of course. But it's been doing great things, you know, and it's been in the lineup that I've got sitting here. It's looking pretty good for a Nintendo Switch. Exium Verge 2, Bravely Default 2, Digaya 6, Ghost and Goblins Resurrection, which I'm excited for that one. You know, I'm a huge retro player as well. Love that series. And that one's I'm really super excited for that game. Really excited for that game. Let's see, Monster Hunter Rise, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. Let's see, No More Heroes 3, Shin Megami Tensei, Stories of Seasons, and then we've got Super Mario 3 World plus the Bowser's Fury. That one I believe is supposed to be out in March. So that one's going to be dope. I'm excited for that. I'm very excited for that one as well. And then now let's go into some hopeful, some maybes that should be dropping this year for the Switch as well. And new Pokemon Snap. I know a bunch of people are excited about that. Not so much me. I'm not a huge diehard Pokemon fan. I know a lot of people are. But that one I know a lot of people were hoping that one comes out. Bayonetta 3, which is another great series and one that would be awesome and would help Nintendo out greatly if it was able to come out this year. Let's see. Now, the next two, Metroid Prime 4. We've been waiting for this for a while now, or a long time actually. I know a lot of people are waiting for this game, including myself. It's one that, you know, we've been really waiting a long time for this game. There's the fan base for this game or for the series. It's huge, and you know we we want this game. We want this game, and I've been waiting for a long time. So if it was able to drop this year, man, that would be absolutely amazing. And then last on my list, of course, my favorite series of all time, Zelda. Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 is what we're all calling it right now. We don't know for sure if that's going to be the actual name of the game. But if that game was to also be dropped, of course we know that it's probably been pushed a little bit back, with the pandemic and everything. But if that game was to drop as well, including what's on this list, man, it's going to be huge, huge. But also, with that being said, let's not forget that this is Zelda's 35th anniversary this year. And we already saw what Nintendo did with Mario last year, towards the end of the year. It was also Mario's 35th anniversary. Nintendo loves Mario, of course. It's the poster boy. But I feel like Nintendo goes a little bit harder for Zelda. I honestly do. And I know a lot of people will agree with me and probably disagree with me as well. But I see a lot of great things for the Zelda franchise coming out this year. Not only, hopefully, for Breath of the Wild 2, and even if that gets pushed back, they're going to do something big. They're going to do something huge for the Zelda 35th anniversary. I'm super, super, super excited. And I can't wait to see what we get. That could be a whole nother video of me talking about, what I want for that. But I see some great things coming for that. So what do you guys think? What's going to be the better console or system or whatever for exclusives wise for this year? Going off of my list, and of course there's going to be other games, I believe. I hate because I want them all to succeed, but I honestly feel like the Xbox, even if Halo comes out, I feel like Xbox would be third on this list with Nintendo and PS5. Obviously, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X is an overall graphics wise and punches you harder in the face than the Nintendo Switch. But that doesn't always matter, you know what I mean? We're talking about games here. And games wise, I feel like, obviously, the Series X is going to be third on the list in my opinion. I hate to say it, but I feel like they are. So the PS5 and Nintendo Switch, man, it's going to be right there battling. If every one of these games that we talked about today for the PS5 and the Switch come out this year, I honestly feel like I said, if every game on this list, it's going to be neck to neck, but I almost feel like the Switch may get the nudge. I mean, the Metroid Prime, the Bayonetta, the Zelda, of course the Mario game, and then the other games that's in that list too, the Monster Hunter games. It's gonna give the PS5 a run for its money on the list of, even if Final Fantasy was to drop, and of course the Gran Turismo, the God of War, those are big ones. The Ratchet and Clank, those are big. So I feel like this is going to be neck to neck. It's kind of hard to make a choice there. Obviously, I feel like the Series X is going to be third on that list, but the next two is kind of hard to make a choice. What do you guys think is going to be, the main or the heavy hitter console this year for 2021? Leave it down and below in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear it. And that's going to be all for today, guys. And I hope you enjoyed. Once again, if you liked the video, definitely please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please give us a sub. It helps out. And then if you don't like the video, definitely give it a thumbs down. But you guys have a great one. And I'll talk to you guys later. Game on.